The PayPal button. Let's talk about that as it is a big point of discussion for our galleries and customers. So logged in to your admin account, you're going to navigate to the call in question and you're going to click edit. This will bring you to the same page that you would come to if you're creating a new call. But for this instance, we're just going to edit one we've already created. You're going to come down to entry fees and visibility. And if you've marked this as a free call or you're running a free call, you have nothing to worry about. When you select this, it will hide the remainder of the options. And when artists get to the end of the application flow, they will not be prompted to pay to have their entry marked as submitted. But for this video, we're going to show how to set up a paid entry using PayPal. A quick note, as we've heard from many of our customers, we have many customers who love PayPal. We have many customers who use other solutions such as Square and Stripe. And later this year, implementing support for those payment options to integrate directly into EntryThingy in some sort of format like this that will be ideally much simpler is very high on our roadmap. So feedback has been heard. We know this system is a little bit confusing and a little bit complex. We focused on getting all of our customers a newer version 2 of the dashboard, the entry view, making it better for artists, improving the calls list, and then coming back around to make payments a lot simpler is very high on our priorities list. So this will be changing at some point, but until then, we want to make sure we have good video documentation to help you all out. So what this code is going to do is you're going to input things in here, and this generate button code is going to spit out a bunch of HTML code right here. You don't need to really necessarily worry about what comes in this box, nor do you need to audit it. It's only so if you would like to test the HTML or if you have some specific tweak on HTML you would like, you can visualize that here. But for most of our customers, this is just going to be a view, less something you need to change. So let's start with the first 3 fields, which are actually quite basic. Your PayPal account email address. So here is where you're going to input the email address that is your PayPal account is hooked up to. It does not need to be your admin account for EntryThingy. It just needs to be the account that you manage your gallery, your organization's PayPal account on. So perhaps it's treasure@mygallery.com, which is obviously not real. Return URL after payment. This is easy after artists pay. Where do you want them to go? So maybe it's mygallery.com. Base entry fee. Like it sounds, this is the entry fee everybody needs to pay no matter what. Now, you can set this to 0 if you want to use some of these options only. However, if you know there is a base entry fee, you would enter it here. And you should think of all of these things stack. So if you set this to 10, there is no chance anybody will have any scenario where they get to the end of their application and they are paying less than $10. So if you want to do something that is, hey, it's $10 to apply and $15 for non-members, the best way to do that is we're going to implement 10 here and then add on the additional options, which I'll show you, $5 for the non-members. But think of this as literally, this is my starting fee kind of no matter what. And we'll leave that at 10 for now. Per piece pricing is kind of what it sounds like. You can say it's $10 to get in. And then from there, every incremental piece from 1 to 3 is $5. And every piece from 4 to 8 is $3. And so if let's just say I entered 4 pieces into this show, I would have the $10 base fee. I have 1, 2, 3 pieces at 5. That's 15. That has me at 25. And then my 4th piece would be an additional $3. So I would be paying the gallery $28 to apply to this call. You can get pretty specific here in terms of what you want to bill on a per piece basis. But I would say most galleries tend to set this as 1 to 10 and then one number. If you would like to do these 2nd and 3rd layer tiers, the options certainly exist, but do not feel that they are required. We understand this can be a little overwhelming looking at, so to simplify it, you can just say It's $10 to apply and then $5 a piece from there in addition to 10. That's what this would yield you. And of course you would clear this out. Let's talk about additional options that you may use. You'll see we have a checkbox and we have drop-down options. Checkbox has one field and there's two fields for the drop-down. A checkbox looks like this. And you might say, are you a member? Or are you a non-member, rather? And your entry fee is going to be 10. And so what happens is just set up like this, ignore the per piece pricing. As an artist applying to your call, when I get, actually let's make this 8 to make it more simple and understandable. When I get to the end of applying to your call, I will see a box that says, are you a non-member? If I check it, I'm going to see a price of $18, 10 plus 8. If I leave it unchecked, I'll see $10. This is a common use people use this for. You could also write something, maybe, are you from out of state? Some galleries may charge a cheaper rate to people within their state or their city or county or whatever it may be. Outside of the checkbox options, I'll clear that out, we have drop-down options. These will appear as a drop-down field, literally like you click a button and you're going to see the two options. And so you could do something similar. Are you a member or are you a non-member? And these prices stack. So I would say if you added 10 here, members are going to pay 20 and non-members in this case would actually pay 15. Here they would pay 25, 15 plus 10. And so there's a lot of clever ways you can set up the pricing exactly how you would like for your call. I would say the key things to think about your base entry fee. And then from there, per piece pricing tends to be the most popular, followed by a lot of the checkbox options. And so in this instance, let's just say we have, are you a member? Or sorry, bad example, non-member. With the 8, you can generate your PayPal button code. And it's important to hit this button. You don't need to edit it, and it looks like a lot of complicated things. But from here, you would click Save Call Settings. And this won't actually work because I haven't filled out the rest of the details for the call, so I'm getting errors. But that is what you would do to save your PayPal button. And we try to check a lot of this. So if there are mistakes, you'll get a pop-up somewhere up here notifying you of what's going on. Just to cover it, because we're here, advanced option. If you have a coupon code like this, enter a coupon if you received. When artists get to the end, they'll see this prompt with a text box. Anyone you provide this code to will be able to apply to your call for free. So sometimes, galleries like to give students free entry. Or something related to that. That's what the coupon code is. We hit it down here because they tend to not be that common, but that is how it works. And that is about it. We have a lot of docs on help.entrythingy.com if you're confused. And of course, if you are still having issues, please reach out to us at hello@entrythingy.com and we'll get you sorted.